So, if you've been thinking about buying a car, the first important choice you need to make is whether you're going to be buying used or new. Specifically, in this mock-up scenario, we are going to be buying a used car because used cars are normally a better bang for your buck because they are cheaper. But when buying used, there is a few things that you need to look out for, as we'll talk later in the video. The first thing that you need to set out is your budget. For this, say we're going to be spending around $5,000. You need to also budget to be spending a little more. So I would budget maybe $500 to $1,000 more to your budget. A little bit of like a 10 to 20% jump from where you are spending, so that you have wiggle room on getting a good deal, so you can get the cars and get the needs that you want. So, for your needs, you need to think about what it is you need this car to be for you. For example, if this is a commuter, like you're driving this car every day from work, you need reliability, good gas efficiency, so good MPG or miles per gallon. So you need to have good fuel efficiency for your car. You might want it to be like a reliable car or many other things. But these are the things that you really need your car to have that are non-negotiable. This is a make or break thing for buying a car. Now the wants are a little bit more of a personal preference of what you want from the car. So this could be anything from it being a wagon, or maybe you want it to be more off-road focused if you want to camp more. But this is more the wiggle room where when looking for a good deal, you might be willing to spend a little bit more because you want this certain thing, like heated seats, self-driving mode. But now this is the sort of things that isn't going to be a deal breaker if the car doesn't have it, but would be very nice if the car does have it. Now, if we looked at all the stuff and you have your idea of what you want to spend, what you want to get, now it is time to look into the yellow and red flag. Okay, now we have our red flags and our yellow flags. Our red flags are going to be deal breakers and stuff that we can't have. This is stuff that will break the deal. You will not buy the car because these are things that could possibly lead to you losing a lot of money or getting a really bad car. Yellow flags, on the other hand, are the sort of bargaining chips of buying a car. They say, the car is $5,000, but not necessarily. When you go and look at the car, there might be things that are wrong with it. Not deal breakers, but things that are not desirable or cost money to change. For example, if the tires are low on tread, that could be a bargaining chip. Tires are expensive. You could factor in that amount of money into getting the price lowered a little bit for your car. So we have to go over now the red flags. These will be deal breakers that will make it so that you will not buy the car. One example of this is a salvage title. A salvage title means that the car was crashed and insurance parted it or totaled the car, and the car was listed as a crashed vehicle. So this is very, very important to look at the title and make sure that the title is a clean title and is been paid for, so that you can negotiate and know that you're buying a proper car. Leo, now would you like to talk about rollback miles?
If you're in the position where you don't have a ton of money to throw around, you most likely want to pick a car that doesn't have mechanical issues. How do you know it has mechanical issues? You look on Facebook Marketplace, you look at the photos. Sure. Does the engine look okay? Also, if you do happen to go in person to look at the car, also do a rundown of the car, look at the engine, the brakes, all the essential features. But if you do have money to throw around, I guess this isn't that much of a problem. If you want to restore a car, like your dream car or something, have at it. But if you're on a budget, this is something you need to look out for. What else? Sketchy seller. Yeah, this is sadly a reality on Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist too, really any online store format where you're going to buy your car on. But yeah, just watch out for your seller. How are they acting? Are they acting weird? Are they going to rob you? Which probably won't happen, but it's something you need to think about meeting up with someone you don't know.
Example of a used marketplace where you can be looking to buy a used car. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the for sale. You're going to go to cars and trucks, and you're going to click on it, and you're going to make sure that you, in your specific area, you want to make sure that this is something that is close to you and not something that is super far away, as you won't be able to buy a car that is across the country. So make sure that it is near you and you can go and visit the car and see it in person, so that you can actually get your, see all the things that maybe aren't put in the listing, as the listing is a highlight of the car and they're trying to sell it. But in reality, there might be some things that are not shown on the listing. Now, once you get into it, you want to make sure that you go to owner, because dealer will be dealerships, and these are new cars. So you want to switch the type to owner. And now we are going to set our price range with the maximum, let's say, of
5,000.
5,500. And now this is really the needs. When I talked about that, this is the other stuff of, you've got to have the clean title. This is, as you can see, there's the salvage title, rebuilt title. These are all stuff that you want to stray away from, because they are not good, and they are signs that the car has been through a rough life. Now, we're going to click apply, and we're going to look at the listings. Feel free to scroll for a while. If anything catches your eye, there's always the save feature, where you click the little star and it will save it to your thing. If you're interested in the car but maybe not going to look at it right now. Here's a perfect example of a car that looks good. It is a Honda CR-V, but it also is a clean title, but it has 200,000 miles. Now this, depending on the car, obviously you should do your own research on the specific car, but when regarding cars that have super high mileage, it might not be something that you are willing to spend over, where $3,200 is a pretty good price for this car. But when looking at a car, for example, if this was $5,000, I don't think this would be worth the money. Another very important thing that I forgot to mention is you have to make sure that the car is smogged, as when you buy a car and you need to put it in your name to insure it and have it in your name, you need to have the smog. In California, it's a very strict regulation on what is smog legible. So you have to make sure the car is smog. The smog is the emission ratings of the car to make sure that the car is running properly and is up to California emission standards. Now, there is a number at the bottom, and if you were interested in this, you would reach out to the person. And it's very important to write a nice message and make a good first impression, especially if this is a competitive deal. You want to make a good first impression with the person and make sure that you are coming off as a kind person and someone that they would be willing to sell the car to. A lot of the times, writing a good message can really mean the difference in getting a good deal on the car, and also having a good meeting and selling or buying the car within reasonable time. So for this one, you would look into the car, you would then message them and ask to meet up, and then you would look over the car and see if the car is mechanically sound, has good tires, has good brakes, all of those yellow flags and red flags that we discussed about earlier. Make sure that it doesn't break any of the red flags and it's within reason of the yellow flags. Possibly bargain the price, and from there, you can buy the car, list the smog, and go to the DMV to get it registered in your name. And make sure that the car is insured and the title is in your name.
Thank you.
Good
This is
hunting.
DUI.